Complete Python for Beginners by Nitin. As earlier, we already studied about the chapter 1, that is Introduction to Python, what is programming, what is Python, popular programming languages, why Python, and career with Python. Now, today, let's move to chapter 2, Python tutorial for beginners, chapter 2, Python installation and setup plus Visual Studio Code. As I told you earlier, how to set up the VS Code and how to make the folder and how to open that folder in the VS Code. The same process is repeated. I also repeat you this Python installation, Visual Studio Code installation. Install Python. How to install Python? First of all, go to the website, that is this website that I provide the link to you. Now, step 2, click on download Python button. Download the latest version for Windows or Mac OS or Linux or other. Run executable installer. Add Python to path. Verify Python was installed on Windows. Open the command prompt and run the following command. And in this way, you can set up the install the Python. And the second part is install Python IDE code editor. Step 1, go to website, that is I provide you here. Step 2, click on download button. Download the latest version for Windows, Mac or Linux or other. Run executable installer. Click add to path. Finish and launch the app. Popular Python IDE, VS Code, PyCharm, Jupyter Notebook and more. From these popular Python IDE, VS Code is most trustable and easy to use, and the beginners mostly recommend to use firstly the VS Code. Now, our chapter 2 is completed. In this, we basically understand how to download the VS Code, how to set up the code in the VS Code, how to set the folder, how to open the folder and write our first code, that is print hello world, as I told you earlier. Now, move to second chapter, sorry, chapter 3, that is first Python program, print hello world, Python as a calculator, running the Python code, Python execution steps, interpreter versus compiler. First Python program, hello world. Printing hello world as the first program in the Python. As I told you earlier, print is a keyword that has a special meaning for Python. It means display what's inside in the parenthesis. As I told you earlier in the previous class, that what is the meaning of the print and what is the syntax of the print and how to print any print with the help of the variable, print without the help of the variable, as I told you earlier. Now, uh, I take to you the VS Code and help to understand the print hello world. Now open, I have to open VS Code. As you see, as you can see, we already studied it in our previous class. Now let's move to lecture 2. Wait for a second. Now making a new file with name lecture2.py. Now I am writing the first code, that is hello world. How to print the hello world? As I told you earlier, first of all write print, that is print, parenthesis and curly braces. No, sorry, so no, not curly braces. quotes, double quotes, with the shift and double quotes, and print hello world. In this way, you can print the hello world in the terminal or in the console section. Now run it. As you can see, there is a triangular type of a box. Run it, click it, and you can see it will run on our terminal. Wait, that's this. As you can see, hello world is there. In this way, you can print the hello world. Now let's move to the PPT. As I told you how to print hello world, and you can see it on our VS Code. And with the help of variable like instructor, Rishabh Mishra, print Python by instructor, separate. I am let's talk about what is this. What is this? Move to like uh, name instructor, that is equals to Nitin, print Python by comma instructor, comma separated by underscore. I told you how to do this and what we are doing. First of all, I have to run the code, that is run the code. And as you can see, Python by underscore, it means after the double quotes, anything which was written after the Python by, our compiler separate it by anything which we have to add in this separate. That I add like a underscore, that's why it separate the Python by underscore Nitin. Okay, now if I want to separate it by like dot, then simply type dot and cut the underscore with dot. Now I have to read it, and as you can see, it is separated by dot. SEP is basically a separator which separate the content, and the anything which we enter in this, they separate it. Now let's move to Python as a calculator. Python can be used as a powerful calculator for performing a wide range of arithmetic operations. Like we have to add two numbers, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. We can perform many things, many a wide range of arithmetic operations, like adding two numbers, 2 plus 5, print 10 divided by 5, print sum of two numbers is equals to 2, b is equals to 5, print a is a plus b. Okay, now I have to told you this on VS Code. Let's move to the VS Code. Now take a variable that is a is equals to take value like 10, b is equals to take value like 5, and print, at the syntax of print, that is print 10, sorry, a minus b, and you got 10 minus 5, that is 5 in the terminal section or in the output section. As I run the code, you can see 5. Okay, in this way you can also do multiplication, division, addition, and many more things like floor division, modulus, many more things you can do with this. Now take another variable, c is equals to 15, d is equals to like 20, and print d minus c and run it. As you can see, we get 5. Okay, we can also get the output in the first situation, or we can also get the output 5 without using the variable, like directly printing the number inside the parenthesis, like print 10 minus 5. You can also get 5 without using the variables, you can see. Okay, and I told you earlier that with the help of variable and without the help of variable, hello, in this way you can also get 5 without using the variable. Now let's move to the ppt. I told you Python is a calculator. Like I have to do in VS Code. You can see how to do multiplication, how to do plus, minus, multiplication, division. In the same way, you can do plus, minus, multiplication, division. Print sum of two number, as I as you can see it on our VS Code. A is equals to 2, B is equals to 5, and print A plus B, and we get the result, that is 7. Now let's move to another page. Comment are used to annotate codes and they are not interpreted by the Python. It starts with the hash character. Comments are used as a notes or short descriptions along with the code to increase its readability. What is the meaning of this? As I told you in the previous class, comment is of two types. That is single line comment and multi-line comment. Single line comment start with the hash, and multi-line comment start with the triple quotes, triple double quotes, or triple single quotes. With the help of triple single quotes and also with the help of triple double quotes, we can make it. Okay, and simply the meaning of the comments are used as basic comments are notes or short description which tells about what our code is doing. Simple meaning. Skip it, it is not for your use. Python execution flow. Source code. First of all, you write the source code, that is print hello world. Then our interpreter, first of all, check the syntax. Then compile it into the bytecode. Then it is converted into the virtual machine. Then virtual machine check the syntax with the help of libraries and modules. And after this all things are correct, then our code is run. Means basically it's a three step process. Python execution flow is a three step. First of all, we write the source code, then our interpreter has another three steps: syntax check, compile into bytecode, virtual machine. Then if all of three are correct, then it runs the code and gives us the hello world output in our console section. In this way we can get it.
Why once I
हाँ पीडीएफ भेज दूंगा। नहीं मैं लगाऊंगा चुकी बजा गंडे पे भड़कना करे। मैं गाने गुने सुनूंगा थोड़ी देर। बोलने में क्या दिक्कत है? बुरा मेरे कुछ ना लिख दे चुतिया। हम बिस्कुट बास्कुट ले आइएगा दी चीजें। अरे ओ गंडवे बिस्कुट बास्कुट ले आइए कोई सा ठीक सा बात रहा हूँ ना बिस्कुट ले आइए कोई सा। हाँ लिया दे। Python code execution steps. Basically, there are five steps: lexical analysis, syntax parsing, bytecode generation, execution by PVM, error handling, and output. There is no heavy use of this. Basically, when you can learn it or memorize it, like lexical Python execution steps. So first is lexical analysis, syntax parsing, bytecode generation, execution by PVM, error handling, and output. Now Python syntax. The syntax of the Python programming languages is the best set of rules that defines how a Python program will be written and interpreted by both the runtime system and human readers. My underscore name that is Madhav and another my underscore name that is equals to Madhav. Use quotes for the string in the Python. As I told you earlier, with the string we use quotes. Without the quotes, we can't run our code and it's give us the syntax error. So memorize it that with the string we use double quotes. Okay, now let's move to the another page, that is what is interpreter and compiler. Basically the difference between the interpreter and the compiler. Interpreter, compiler. An interpreter translates and executes a source code line by line as the code runs. Basically, the difference between the interpreter and the compiler is an interpreter translates and executes a source of code line by line as the code runs. Basically, it check the code line by line, and if there is any mistake in this, then it check it and give us the error. On the other hand, in compiler, a compiler translates the entire code into machine code before the program runs. Execution line by line. In compiler, execution entire program at once. Speed in the interpreter is slower execution because it translates each line on the fly. Why the speed is slow in the interpreter? Because it executes the code line by line and it takes some more time. And on the other hand, in the compiler, speed is faster execution because it translates the entire program at once. Debugging easier to debug as it stops at the first error encountered. On the other hand, in compiler, harder to debug because errors are reported after the entire code is compiled. Example for the interpreted is Python, Ruby, JavaScript, and PHP. Example for the compiler is C, C++, Java, and Go. Now, in this way, our chapter 3 is also completed. And what we studied in our chapter 3 is Python, how to print hello world. Python is a calculator, running the Python code, Python execution steps, interpreter versus compiler. All these things we studied in our chapter 3. So this is our end. And in the next class, we studied chapter 4, that is variable in Python. What is variable, variable examples, variable naming rules. And also I explain you previously about the variables. And in the next class, we study more about the variables.